All right, cool. So we're good. All right, so we are live. Let's go ahead. Let's pull up some music. Probably do something. I don't know what we'll listen to. Maybe some beats to start us off for the day. No vocals. There we go. That's super loud. Something like that. Ooh, I like that. It's getting added to the normal stream music. There we go. All right, so we are doing hands and hair today on Natsu Dragneel, and then maybe depending on how much time we've got or how long it takes to get those hands right, we'll do some clothing. So that's kind of the plan for today. This is the work that we've done so far. He's already got sandals. We've modeled the feet. So today, hands and hair for our Natsu model. Probably gonna have to make that head a little bit smaller. But let's go ahead. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Just gonna push that down a bit because that doesn't look quite right. All right, there we go. There we go. Cool. So to create the hands, we will simply mirror it across our Natsu object and add in a cube. All right, and I just want to get the basic like square shape of the hand base, and once we've gotten that down, then we'll add in some fingers and stuff using the skin modifier. But go ahead and name this hand base, or just hand, and then we'll continue to add pieces to it. All right, cool. So we will go ahead and apply the scale. So let me turn this on, I suppose. Excuse me. All right, there we go. Cool, so that's fine. Yep. All right, so apply the scale, and let's go over here and apply rotation as well. And then shift tab to get into sculpt mode, and let's start putting this hand together. Just want my hand at rest. All right, so there is a very kind of smooth all that out. And I guess we'll go in here with the clay strips brush. Turn on dynamic topology, make sure it's at brush detail. It is perfect. Oh, and I don't want it to mirror across its own x-axis. It'll mirror across the body. Man, I don't get why some of these beats guys just go super loud all the time. Like, I just want to listen to some cool, chill music. There we go. All right, so what we're kind of gonna do, hands kind of go like this. So let's grab here and pull. Something like that. There we go, it's not too bad. Kind of make that smaller. All right, and I just want to make the, like I'm not putting the thumb in here. I'm going to add that thumb in later. So what I'm really looking for is just like a square base that thins out. Something like that, I think. And then we'll add fingers to it. There you go. Cool. So, to add a finger, all we're going to do, we will hit, Shift A. We'll add a plane. And then tab into edit mode, Alt M, and merge that at center. From there, we'll add a skin modifier and a subdivision surface modifier. And then we can take this up and use this as a finger. But let's go ahead and put the thumb in here first. So actually something like that probably isn't too bad. We'll do Control A here. Shrink that mesh down a bit. Something like that. And we're gonna want to pull this thing out. So we'll extrude it down a little. Let's grab that one, we'll mark that as the root here. There we go. And extrude it down. Yeah, that needs to come down just a bit further, because the thumb actually is going to go to roughly where the hey, Different Shot TK, welcome to the stream. How you doing? That's going to be a yaoi hand. We'll fix it. Don't worry about it. So this is the bone. This is the big bone right here. And that is actually going to blend together here. So you can probably pull that out just a little bit more. All right, and we're going to put in... So if here's the bone that gets us to roughly, this should be like there. Because our first knuckle is definitely about halfway back. And then we have the second knuckle. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I just hit it. Okay. It's like, I hope I didn't delete that. All right, and then we can take this one a little further. Alright, something like that for our thumb. Cool. And now we can just duplicate that. Grab all these and delete them. And then let's put that origin back in the center there. We'll move the geometry to the origin. It's just a single vertex. It's fine. And so now let's do an index finger here. So we'll just go in here, grab it, and extrude all the way out. That's the root. That's a super long finger. Doesn't need to be that long at all. But there we go. Push that back a little bit. Something like that. Yeah, there we go. Jagdish, hello there. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? I hope I didn't mispronounce your name. I probably did. I'm sorry. I'm not good at names. Bobby Scar, welcome to the stream. Okay. So that gives us our index finger and our thumb, and that's actually pretty close to where we want it to go. So let's go ahead and add in those additional knuckles here. And we want to subdivide them. Edges. Subdivide, please. Get 2 in there. Alright, and if this hand is hanging limply down, then there's going to be a slight curve, but it's not going to... Here, let's do this. You're not going to be able to tell that much. What about normals? We've changed that. And can I view... Let's view vertex normals. Ah, that's not what I wanted. Oh well. Okimoshi, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Alright, and there we go. So we just added in our slight curve for our finger. There's our index finger. And let's go ahead and... Something tells me that's not quite right, but we'll keep tweaking. So let's go ahead and duplicate off for ourselves a middle finger here, and maybe let's scale this down, see if that helps. I think the proportions are just off. All right, and the middle finger, when you're hanging, your hand is hanging down, there is a little bit more of a curve to it, so we'll just add a little bit more of a curve here. Turn off proportional editing. There we go. Now we've got the second finger. Let's go for the ring finger. Shrink this down a bit. Something like that maybe. And the curve is a bit more exaggerated. Actually, I'd like to... Alright, cool. I'm not actually feeling this music. Let's go to my normal stream list. Here we go. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Proportion-wise, I feel like. Alright, so then we got our pinky. Just kind of scale that down. Yeah, and there we go. That doesn't look too bad. So let's go ahead and make a collection for fingers. Just because once we, and actually we'll make a backup for the hand. Move to the fingers collection, there we go. So we're gonna go ahead and boolean on these fingers that we created, and then we'll sculpt on some extra detail there. But before I do, I just wanna make sure that they're perfect. Or at least as close to perfect as I'm okay with. Yeah, that's probably okay. I could probably do a little bit more work in here as far as like defining the knuckles. Like we could go in And we could subdivide these. Mr. Schnips, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Let's go to Edge here and subdivide these. And then Control A and bring those in just a bit. Which kind of builds out our knuckles a little bit, but I don't like that. So we'll just leave it as it is. That's fine. Something like that. You're pretty good. You went and changed your name. It was Blue Dwarf before. Okay, yeah, I remember. I remember you, Blue Dwarf. Because I remember calling you Blood Dwarf, and that didn't make sense. There we go. Something like that. I'm just going to rotate these out a little bit. And pull them out so we have more of a defined knuckle area. And we'll rotate them down. All right, cool. So we have our duplicate of our hand. Let's go ahead and add on a Boolean modifier. In fact, we can go ahead and add quite a few of these. I don't know why I've got like phlegm right now. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and union on the thumb piece. Actually, I should probably go ahead and call this thumb. Name these fingers. Index. Middle. Ring. Pinky. I'm glad you remembered. Your model's looking really well. Thank you. Thank you. So we're sculpting all of it, right? We've done this. We did model the shoes. So we did model the shoes when we did that. You can't really sculpt shoes. I mean, you can. It's just, I don't think it looks right. So we modeled the shoes, or maybe I just don't have the ability to do it. And we're modeling fingers right now, but then we're going to Boolean them to the hand, and then we will actually get in there and sculpt them. So I'm going to go ahead and union that thumb on there. Perfect. So then we can move the thumb to the finger section, and then we can do a union on the index finger and apply that, and then move index to the fingers hidden collection. Union. Middle finger here, apply that. All right, I'm gonna need 2 more Boolean modifiers. There we go. Ring finger, apply. Pinky, apply. There we go. All right, so we have the basics of our hand, and now we can like take it up a little bit further and add in some more detail, and then we can connect it to our wrist that we've got up there. Pretty easy. All right. So shift into sculpt mode. Grab that. We don't want anything going on there. Vincent, keep going strong. We all love your content. Well, thank you, Vincent. Thank you. I don't have any plans to stop anytime soon, even though I've gotten a couple of comments recently that have basically been like, you suck. Stop making courses and tutorials. And I'm just like, yeah, well, I'm not gonna, so thanks, but we're not stopping. All right, actually, and we can go ahead and hide Natsu because I don't care about him right now. All I care about is the fact that we need to sculpt this little area. Let's get in there with some clay strips and kind of strip out this palm piece. There we go. Huh. Yeah, when I make All right, eventually when like Blender 3.0 comes out and I gotta like redo some of my tutorials, definitely gonna use this way of making hands rather than trying to keep it as a part of the whole model. This is so much easier. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty accurate. Right about there. And then we got like a pad here. That's fine. And then a section over here. Alright, let's get in here and smooth out these fingers. Yo, these look legit. These are like real hands right now. What am I even doing? I'm not the same sculptor I used to be. These look real. Not bad. People are always gonna say something mean. You're a great 3D artist. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I realized yesterday that like when it comes to my art, well, here's what I realized yesterday. Like, I realized not everyone's gonna like my stuff, and that's fine. But also that like I really haven't had formal training. And I don't have enough time during the week to like practice all the time. So, you know, I'm only going to get good as the more I practice, or I'm only going to get better the more I practice. And if I don't have time to practice, or if I don't make time to practice, then I'm not really going to get better. So I'm thinking about doing like a 30 days of sculpting heads and whatever, because I want to work on heads and faces right now. But yeah, I mean, there's some truth to the fact that I suck a little bit. That's fine. Everybody sucks a little bit. I've only been doing this for about a year and a half, really. So I started off as a teacher, which is how I started making tutorials, because I had to teach my kids how to use the software, not because I had great artistic ability. And I feel like that's where my channel's at. It's just like, you need to learn the software, so I'm going to teach you the software. I'm not going to teach you how to do it necessarily really well, because I can't do it necessarily really well. I'm just going to teach you what I do. And as I continue to make, you know, as I continue to make content and sculpt and learn, I'm going to get better, and what I teach you will get better, and you guys will teach me as time goes on. And that's kind of what I was hoping to create with this community. And I feel like I've done that so far. Alright, so just adding in some knuckle detail right here. You're not really going to notice it. It's just going to kind of be some bumps on the skin. And we'll take those back just a little bit. Something like that. And then we can smooth it all out. Just pull that out a little bit. Alright, so that actually needs to be a much smoother transition among the hands. So we'll kind of take this up a little bit, right there to the knuckle. Start off smooth shade. Let's see what this looks like when not smooth. There we go. That's definitely better. Oh, there we go. All right. So we got like we got a crease right in here, and like right here. Yeah, that looks like a real thumb right there. It looks like a real thumb to me, at least. You want to get in there a little bit better with that crease brush, though, and just crease that out a bit better. There we go. There we go. All right. And thankfully, since we did the curvature beforehand, we kind of have these nice already defined places for where those creases on the hand need to be. Somewhere like that. Yeah, man. No problem. I wonder if I can, if I have cavity, what happens? Nothing. Because the... Huh. Nah, alright. Here's what it is. I was trying to see if I could get the backs of the fingers to appear a little bit better, but that would be a negative. So I'm just gonna have to go based on like what I feel, and I feel like maybe right here. And then we're gonna have obviously one right up here at the base here. Take that one all the way across. Something like that. Alright, and now let's add in that little indentation for the nail. Smooth that out a bit. And I feel like that one's probably right here. And then we got one right here and right here. Ooh. All right. All right, now I've got to make the transition to the wrist accurate. So let's do this. Let's adjust that a little bit. Rotate them slightly. I don't want to like take them too big. I feel like that's probably the right size. So let's add a Boolean union. Join that hand on there. And then I can play around with that. Yep, that should be fine. Drop that into backups. All right, and let's get in here and sculpt this transition to be a little bit smoother. Screw it. If I gotta sculpt on this side, I'll sculpt on this side. I don't normally like to sculpt on the left, but here, let's do this. There we go. That should reset my view. Now I can sculpt around this hand and wrist better. All right, I think that's good. Maybe grab the scrape tool and add a little. Yeah, those might be the best hands I've ever made. Wish I wasn't joking or serious about that. All right, so let's go ahead and make a hair collection. And we're gonna go ahead and start on the hair. Now this part is really easy, but it's tedious and it's not complicated, but it's tedious and it's it's not simple. It's not complex. Okay. It's easy, but kind of complex. It can be a little complex. But thankfully, with an anime character, his hair is already designed the way that we want it to be designed, so we don't have to do a whole lot of additional work here to get the hair to look right. So here's what we'll do. We will, under the hair, we're actually going to make 2 collections. We'll make hair controls, and then we'll call this actual hair. So under the hair controls, we'll do Shift A, and we want to add in 2 curved objects. We want to add in a circle, and we want to add in a path. So select both of those, move those over, and we're going to rotate those 90 degrees on the x-axis. There we go. So GX2. Oh, it's because I rotated them. Okay, and that's in the normal. Let's change that to global. GX2. There we go. So now we can scale down this and change the hair size as we need to. So let's go ahead and rotate this 90 degrees on the y-axis. Perfect. GZ. And here we go. And this is the fun part. All we have to do to get our hair is to select the curve data properties, go down to geometry, under bevel, eyedropper to the Bezier circle, and then fill cap. And there we go. Now we've got our hair piece. Thank you for the subscribe, Joe Marie de Jesus. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, so if we did this correctly, then what we should see is if we move this bottom piece, now we can affect the bottom of our thing. If we move it, that's gonna do things like that. Let's apply the rotation here, and now it'll rotate properly. So that's doing the top. Yeah, there we go. So select everything, RX 180. And let's do geometry to origin. There we go. So now that should do that. This affects the front here. Back. Sides. All right, cool. So let's grab both of these. Change this to median points here, I guess. Scale Z. There we go. Just like that. And what we're going to do is we're just going to make... Oh, let's apply the scale here. All right, and so on our path here, what we can do is we can adjust these individually. And so the way that you do that, there are a couple of things over here. We've got radius, and so we can just kind of pull in and go with it. But this isn't usually the best way to do it, so let's in fact grab this, and then it's just Alt-S. Thanks for the subscribe, Amine Ribati. I'm sorry, I'm totally butchering that. I know I'm butchering that, I apologize. So Alt-S, and then you can kind of adjust this, and we'll be able to adjust these individually. And so there we have our very first hair strand. And if we want to change that up, which we will, let's go ahead and Shift D to duplicate, move these over, and there we go. So now we can adjust the hair profile here, and like let's grab these, go to segments and subdivide, and we'll add in 2 here. I'll just like kind of pop that out a bit. Maybe we'll pop this one out, and there we go. You can kind of see how that hair strand is being formed. Take that in a little. And you just kind of play around with this to get whatever hair strand you want. And once you've gotten that done, move on to the next one. So I'm going to grab 3, I think, because Natsu's hair does kind of 3 things. So we see a pattern like this a little bit, except for what we actually want to do is make these like significantly sharper. So maybe scale these in a bit. Yeah. All right, so there we go. We have the normal hair strand. We have, in effect, what I'm going to do, we're just going to grab these one more time, duplicate this, and I'm going to turn this into a star pattern. Something like that. Because with Natsu's hair, actually, let's do this. Scale on the Y to 0. That way everything lines up perfectly. Because with Natsu's hair and anime hair in general, you kind of get like rectangular clumps, and so I feel like this would be probably a really good one to have for making his hair appear here. All right, and then what we'll do is we're going to grab a material, and we'll just call this hair color. And I'm gonna try to pick something close to what Natsu's hair looks like, because it's not red, it's kind of pink, and it's kind of a light pink right there. And then if we look at this in material mode, we should oh shoot, what did I just add a material to? Oh, I added the material to there. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's add it to the actual hair strand. And there we go. So, there we go. We've got 3 hair pieces here that we can then use to create Natsu's pointy shaped hair on his body. So, we're going to grab these and we'll hit M and move them to collection hair, actual hair. Move these up. And now we can actually just start duplicating and placing and rotating and all of that stuff to get Natsu's actual hair. And this is really where the tedious part comes in, because there's not a whole lot of like things you can do to speed this up. You kind of just have to do it. So let's take this one. We're going to turn on snapping, and we're going to set it to face snapping, align rotation to target, and we only want it to affect when we move it. So that way, oh, I only want to select this one, please. Thank you. All right, that way it'll rotate as I kind of position it around, which kind of helps align it and makes it look like he has a beret. And then we can rotate it on the x-axis. What's going on here? Ah, it's because it's the closest. We don't want it to be the closest. We want it to snap the active, which will select the median point while we're in object mode. So then we can kind of take that up. Scale the whole thing down a bit. And right off the bat, Natsu has this giant strand of hair kind of comes off his head like this. We'll turn off because I've kind of got it in the right place right now. And then we just adjust it. Kind of scale that down, scale that down as well. Maybe we want to scale this one bigger. All right, and so now we have Natsu's first hairpiece. And then you just kind of keep doing that for the rest of it because it's just gonna take a hot minute. All right, so we'll position it right about here. Rotate that on the x-axis so we get that. Turn off snapping. Scale that whole piece down. Well, thanks for subscribing, Joke King. Appreciate it. All right. Now, what can happen as you work with these, which is really dumb, but for some reason it likes to adjust the taper occasionally, so you can just rotate and just kind of play around with it a little bit. But if you really don't like the way it is, just twist it. And then get a different hair feel. There we go. All right, so there we go. That's fine. And then let's get this third one in here. Negative 0.19 meters. Ken, welcome to the stream. What does that message mean? Alright, kind of scale that down and... Dang it. Alright, let's turn off snapping for that. Oh, Ken, I'm sorry, but I don't read... Is that Japanese? It looks Japanese to me. I don't read Japanese. I'm sorry, Ken. I'm glad you're here. But unfortunately... Alright, let's go ahead and scale this piece down. That's why you're posting it? Ken. I don't know if I should remove that text or not. Alright, now you're spamming. You're in timeout, Ken. Don't come in here and post Japanese when I can't verify what it says. Yash, don't do that. Yash Studios, welcome to the stream. Don't get in here and keep posting Japanese. I'll ban you too. I'll time you out too. Alright, something, I guess like that's probably fine. Alright, and now we just duplicate in place. Yeah, something like that, I think. Pretty sure that's how that is, based off the reference of his hair that I've got. And we can scale this way down because it's not that big. Welcome back, Mr. Schnips. Trat. All right, let's twist it all. There we go. Thank you. Alright, then we can duplicate this one. Just Natsu's hair just in general. It's just... Alright, there we go. And then we'll take another big piece. Give it angel wings? Well, this is Natsu. He doesn't have angel wings. Could probably do a little happy, but... Alright, go ahead and duplicate this. Yeah, his hair's just kind of like all over the place spiky. So he's got a couple of these, like we can go over here, do this, rotate it a little bit. So Yash, my regular stream time, I stream pretty regularly on Tuesdays, about 6:30 Central Standard Time, and then I've been trying to stream on Saturdays. Right about now is when I would be starting my stream. But that may be changing, which is why we're starting earlier, because my wife was like, man, it took all your time last week. Like, your day was done, and I didn't get to see you, kind of. So I think I'm going to be doing a little bit earlier going forward. It's Central Standard Time for American, yeah. Yeah. Alright, so we'll twist the hair. So it goes that way. There we go. Don't know why. There we go. Don't know why that vertex always cares so much about how the twisting is occurring. Alright, so we need another one of these big ones. And it's actually going to kind of come down here like this. Oh, did I not? Dang it. I didn't duplicate it. Oh well. So just Shift D and place one back where I took the other one from. There we go. Now we've covered that gap. All right. I feel like this one needs to go down this way a little bit. And we'll just make a really small one for putting under here. You just got kicked out of a Blender artist Facebook group because you asked too many questions? Really? What kind of questions were you asking? Oh, I don't like that. Let's take that down like that, I guess. How do you rig the pelvis? I mean, are you using William? Are you using like Rigify with Blender? I would suggest using Rigify, and then you just position the bones and hit generate rig, and you're done. Oh, just the bones? Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing, right? Let me show you. I'll show you. All right, so let's just go ahead and save, I guess. So here's the thing. So, like how to import or export things. I mean, Yash, that's literally just like file, import, export, like done. So, all right, so if you have the Rigify add-on, William, which is just a thing you can go to edit, properties, whatever. Then all you have to do is hit Shift-A and then go to Armature and Human Meta Rig. And then you just scale it up to match the size of your character. That's pretty good. I got the proportions basically correct first. Okay. Then let's go ahead and I'll show you. So we want to viewport display. Nope. Where are they? Bone properties. Nope. Data. Visibility. In front, please. Thank you. All right, cool. So then you have these bones right here. So these bones right here are your like pelvis bones, and so you just position those accurately, and they go basically like from the tailbone to the front of the hip, right to the hip joint. So like right there to like right here is where you kind of want to take them. Yeah. And then it should weight paint correctly. Yeah. But we are far from being able to do that. So we're going to get rid of those and go back to hair. I feel like maybe there needs to be... Scale that down a little bit, rotate that out. Alright, let's keep going with the rest of this big chunks of hair. So Shift D, duplicate that, rotate that a little bit off to the distance. Will I marry you? Get out of here. No. Hey, in this day and age, that could have been a serious proposal. Either way, I feel like my wife wouldn't be happy. Yeah, something like that, I guess. I feel like that's probably accurate for Natsu. How do you create a 360 movie? Rotate the camera? That's dumb. I don't know. I've never done it. Never done it. It's on my to-do list. But I've never made one. I'll be excited for when I create my first animation in general. That hasn't come out yet. I just can't bring myself. I just feel like I don't ever have the time to work on it, so I just don't work on it. And I'm really excited for the idea. Or in quarantine, I have plenty of time. Well, I guess. But I work from home as a software engineer, so like 40 hours of my week are just devoted to staying online and making sure people could reach me if things break. So KDB, welcome to the stream, girl. How you doing? How is it in your home state today? Brodeska pops in here. I'm going to ask him why sculpting women are so much harder than sculpting men. Tried my hand at it last night. Terrible. Terrible at it. And sculpting anime is a class all to its own, I guess. Because you got to make us prettier, right? Okay, that's what I was telling my wife last night when I was getting frustrated. I was like, sculpting men's faces, so much easier. Because if he's ugly, you can just be like, meh, he's just ugly. You know, it's like it's an ugly dude, it's fine. But like the standard for beautiful women in CG is like so high that if it doesn't look right, you're just like, it doesn't look right. Like it's not as pretty as it should be. And maybe that's detrimental. Maybe that's like a bad thing. Kind of like how social media is destroying women's, like, young girls' self-esteem. So, like, maybe that's a really bad thing. But I just feel like that's the case. And I was experiencing that pretty hard last night. And so, like, here, I'll show you guys. This took me like an hour and a half. I'm not happy with it, but like I'll show you. So let's go to freaking this. All right. So this was my first ever attempt at a woman's face. In fact, we're gonna get rid of that. It looks better without the materials on it. This is my first ever attempt at a woman's face, and for a first ever attempt, it's not bad. But my male faces are so much better. I just couldn't get the nose right. There's a lot that I couldn't get right on this, but it's not very feminine. Yeah, that's the problem. Like I've only sculpted male faces, so like this is like it's a woman, but it's not. It's an androgynous man. So, all right, let's go back to Natsu. Yeah, well, so the William, the problem is I just sculpted it and threw a material on it. I didn't do any retopology. So like I could make it look better if I like unwrapped it and retopped it and did all of that stuff. But yeah, I wasn't trying to do that last night. I just wanted to kind of get it done. All right, let's see what the back of Natsu's head looks like. And of course, they don't really have pictures of it. Most teachers start with male faces. Good to know. Now I don't feel so bad. Yeah, I feel like after yesterday, I feel like what I have to do is sculpt a male face and then a female face every other day for the next month. Is what I learned last night is what I need to try. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try doing that. Maybe I'll post like progress pictures and maybe we'll do a video 30 days of what I learned after 30 days of sculpting faces. Because I need to get better at them, and they're hard. Yeah, I'll pass, and I actually like sculpting men better, just because I get to like create my ideal man body that I'll never achieve because I'm too lazy to go work out, but it's the ideal body that I wish I had. All right, actually, what's... call this hair 1. Just gonna name this hair 1. Oh, I want to change the hair data. That's right. All right, so now I can like take this one and say, all right, I want you to have, all right, apparently I got to scroll here. Ah, and it's going to link them together. I just wanted them to shaped correctly. Okay. Whatever. All right, it's fine. Should make a spot on the Discord for 30 Days of Faces. Katie, that's a great idea. I will do that after the stream. Yeah, we'll make a spot. 30 Days of Faces. We'll do a challenge. It'll be fun. That way I actually, like, do it. If you guys hold me accountable, I'll actually do it. Alright, we're gonna pull this. We'll put this one up here. Because I want some, like, texture to his hair. Oh. And then, let's go back over to this hair control here, which it's this one. And here's what we're gonna do. Zoom out a little bit. And go to segments, and we'll subdivide these, increase by 2. That's probably, yeah, no, let's do 2. My beard's not pink, so why is it named Sir Pinkbeard? So the reason behind that is that when I was a younger man, I'm only 26. When I was probably 21, 22, I foolishly got engaged to a woman that I had been dating throughout all of high school, and I thought, you know, like, this is fine, like. We grew up in the same area. We knew each other. We dated for 3 or 4 years. And I was like, all right, well, we're going to get married. It's just how it's going to be. That's fine. And then I got single, which ended up being the greatest thing that could have happened to me, for sure. Like, being married to that woman, she wasn't a bad person. Let me clarify with that. She's not a bad person. At least she wasn't at the time we were dating. I have no idea what's going on in her life now. But she wasn't a bad person, but we were just not good fits for each other. And, like, there was so much that I didn't understand about, like, what I wanted out of life, and she didn't understand about what she wanted out of life. And then she kind of figured that out and gave me back the engagement ring. And that was a great day. That was a great day for me. In hindsight, it sucked when it happened. But anyways, when I got single, I was working with high school students, or I was working with middle school students at the time, as a youth pastor. And I got single, and I was like, well, kind of heartbroken. So I grew a 6-month-long beard, and I just was like, listen, when it's time to cut it off, I will let my middle school students decide what happens to it. So I let them decide, and they said, dye it pink. So I dyed it pink, and you can find those pictures on my Twitter. I'm not going to pull them up, but I can tell you can find them on my Twitter. If you want to go back and look far enough. And so I dyed it pink, and then when I was trying to come up with like an online personality name, I was like, what the heck am I gonna do with that? So I went with Sir Pinkbeard. And then when I eventually am able to do this full time and can make YouTube like my real career and make YouTube videos and content and create little animations and hire people and do all of that, which I'm on my way to doing. My beard will be dyed pink, and it'll be dyed pink pretty much forever after that. Maybe forever, maybe just for a while, but depends on how expensive it is and maybe how bad it is to continue to permanently dye your hair a color. So yeah, that's why I'm called Sir Pinkbeard. Story time with Sir Pinkbeard. Gosh, yeah, I'm so glad I did not marry that woman. I'm sure she's a great person. I heard she got married. My mom, you know, it's kind of like a weird thing. I don't know if your parents do this, but like when you have an ex and your parents liked them or whatever, and so they like stay friends on Facebook, and you just get life updates just about them on Facebook, and you're just like, parent, I don't care. Like, mom, I don't care. Why are you... Like, I'm married now to someone else that I enjoy living with a lot better than I would have living with her. Like, why are you telling me? I don't care. But they just tell you anyways. I don't know if your parents do that. Mine does. It's kind of annoying. The hairnet add-on. What's the hairnet add-on? I don't actually know what this is. I stole this technique. Well, I can't say I stole it. He put it out there for freezies. I learned this from YanSculpts over on YouTube. So this methodology is coming from him. And I learned a similar method with like using Bezier curves and everything when I was first starting out with hair. But I actually like this a lot better because it gives you a lot more finer control. Yours does a lot more than mine. Ask it about Indian moms. Ooh. Yeah, I've heard Asian parents can be pretty intense, and Indian parents can be even more so about that type of stuff. There we go. Let's cover up that section. Curves to make hair for braids and curly hair. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can do the same thing here, right? Like if we were to let's just scale this out, and then like if we just wanted to, what if we twisted this, right? Like then we have a nice little twisty hair curve, and we can take this one up and twist it up. This is actually a kind of cool way to make a horn. I'm gonna use that to make like a ram's horn or whatever, but let's just undo all of that because I don't want it to be a thing, but there we go. It's not curly. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. It's not curly. Like if we wanted curls, gosh, I'm gonna do it. I just want to show you that it can be done. Let's go ahead and add in a new. Okay, yeah. Under here, we'll add in a path curve, and we'll add in a circle. All right, so let's move this up a bit. That's fine. On the path, click here, geometry, bevel to that one, fill caps, that's fine, right? Cool. Let's do individual origins, and all kind of dumb. All right, so now we've got this like hair curve, right? And we actually could go in here and like do a fair bit of twisting. But if we instead do like this and kind of create a spiral pattern, and then we twist it. You don't quite get the same effect. I mean, you can. And it would create like a twisted curl. But, you know, that might not be exactly what you're looking for. But I'm interested in that little hairnet thing. So I'm going to look into that. Drop me a link in the Discord if you wouldn't mind, Katie. I want to check it out. What's the difference between... WTF, welcome to the stream. What's the difference between sculpting and polygon modeling for characters? So with sculpting, you get a lot more fine control over... I guess we can delete that collection now too. You can get a lot more fine control over the shapes of your mesh. So like, it's a lot easier for you to create muscle definition and kind of get in there the organic style shapes. You can do the same thing with a like polygon modeling. It's just a lot more difficult, and then you end up maybe not necessarily what you're looking for as far as realism or even cartoony. But you can definitely polygon model characters. There's no problem with that. But it's just a matter of how much detail you want to get, because with this, I have to then retop it and get a much lower poly model. But then I can bake normal maps, and so we can get the same muscle definition that I sculpted on a much lower poly count than we had before. So, can I do a turban tutorial in the future? I mean, you just kind of saw a turban. Like, you make this curve, and then you twist it, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. But I will be doing some clothing tutorials coming up in the future. I've got some plans. With more segments and thinner, yeah, it would definitely be more accurate. Yeah. Screw modifier would have worked. Yeah, that might be a thing. All right, let's go back. Let's keep working on this hair. Freaking anime spikes. Oh, dang it. No, turn off. There we go. Something like that. Turban seems like it'd be easier than hair. Change the background song. You don't like this one? No? Alright, that's fine. Where are we at? What is this? This is the symbol. We'll skip this one too. Not a fan. Here we go. What point are we at in our playlist? Gotta be about halfway, right? Yeah, okay, there we are. That's fine. Alright, so then we'll add another one here, and we'll take this one down just a bit. And we're going to curve this one in. So scale this down. Personally, you love Nicki Minaj. I mean, she's really good. She's talented. Like maybe that? Maybe? Make it more like Dragon Ball Z? I can't, man. It's fairy tale. It's the fairy tale anime. I can't make it like Dragon Ball Z. It's a different anime. I mean, I guess technically it's my character. I can do it whatever I want, but... Alright, kind of like that. And I feel like at this point it's time to start pulling them down. Something like that. We'll just rotate it down a little bit so it's not completely the same. Maybe scale this one out just a bit. Did any of you guys ever watch Fairy Tail? It's a pretty good show. Till the last season. I wasn't a fan of the last season. Well, yeah, it's definitely like anime style hair. That's just how they draw their hair. There we go. Alright, now we just gotta finish up the bottom there, and we're good to go. The only thing wrong is you can't watch it at 3 times the speed. Yeah, that's fair. I won't take offense to that. So you've never seen it, but you know Natsu well? That's fair. Yeah. Definitely you have a great counterpoint to that. Watch it at 3 times the speed, Katie. With this, you basically get to ask any question, and as long as I see it, I'll answer and try to help. Take this one down here. I'm not sure quite how far Natsu's hair actually goes out or like comes down, because it seems to be pretty spiky, but also let's say that is going to be as far down as it goes, so we could just like duplicate off there. Something like that's probably fine. Okay. Oh, 18 hours a day of watching movies? That's ridiculous. Do I do materials in Substance or Blender? Well, Blender's free, so I use Blender. I do all my painting and stuff. I love hand painting, and I do all my painting in Blender. And then I've never actually touched up anything, because I'll be honest, I've never actually finished anything that I'm like, I'm gonna use this. Like even the orc model that I was streaming a couple of weeks ago, like that still hasn't been textured, because I'm just like, I don't wanna. I'm just lazy, is what it is. And the house models I was working on, like I built all those pieces, and now I have to unwrap them. And even though I'm probably gonna sell it, it's like that's still just sitting on my to-do list. I'm really bad about finishing art, but I'm trying to get better at it. Laziness is the evidence of intelligence. I mean, yeah, but it's also evidence of laziness. And I would rather be productive and not lazy is what I would love to shoot for. All right, dude. I love YouTube comments that are like, dude, you were right. I'm like, I freaking know. I know I was right. Like, I wouldn't come in and lie to you when I reply to a YouTube comment. Like, best word ever spoken? What was the best word ever spoken? I don't remember what I said. If I said something brilliant, put it in the chat. But I don't think I said anything. If I said something stupid, definitely put it in the chat. I don't know what I said. I feel like I trailed off there and then never finished my thought. Laziness is the evidence of laziness. Yes. I'll stand by that. Sir Pinkbeard 2020. Okay, Natsu's hair is almost done, I feel like. Here, let's try... that may make that feel a little bit better. Yeah. All right, we're gonna have to put Natsu's. We gotta put some eyebrows on him for sure. His hair is almost finished for sure. Okay, let's drop that down. Rotate it a little bit. What is persistence of vision? It's a renderer. Okay. They do different things. It's not really comparison. Okay. Interesting. Well, since I don't know what the difference between them are, Katie, what would you use each one of those for? Because I would just use Cycles or Eevee for everything. But that's just because I'd stick to Blender. And I don't have any other I don't have any other tools. Alright, let's see where we're at as far as hair is concerned. Let's just go back here. Yeah, I guess that's kind of almost good. I feel like it needs to trim up some of the bottom here. So Cycles is realism, Workbench for normal maps, Eevee for previews on poor machines. Okay. Eevee's for real-time rendering. Okay. Photorealism. Oh, nice. Persistence of vision. Meh. So don't use it. Got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's neat. Alright, I think we're gonna have enough time for me to throw some clothes on Natsu and make his scarf and let's get in here. Alright, cool. Let's make some clothes, because I am kind of tired of looking at Natsu's naked body. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a great sculpted butt, but I'm kind of tired of looking at it. Alright, so okay, Natsu wears a few articles of clothing. Let me pull up just like his standard. So he's got a vest. Sometimes he wears sleeves on his vest, but most of the time, no sleeves. So just a vest, and then pants with like an overcoat skirt, I guess. I don't even know what you would call that, but no one's standing behind me. Get out of here. You made me look, though, so well done. Well done, I guess. It's not quite a kilt. So, like, if it were a kilt, it would be all that he wore. But it's kind of like how people would wear, like they wore their suit jacket and then they had an overcoat. It's like he wears his pants and then he has an over pair of pants, and that's a little weird. But let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and save, and we're going to start making the clothes here. So we'll add in a mesh circle, and yeah, this is basically good. Let's tab it. Ah, shoot, wait, no. Delete that. I'm going to affect it. Let's go to mesh circle again, and let's drop this down to say 12. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Something like that. All right, and if we look at this from the right-hand side, there we go. There's kind of his vest openings. Let's add a mirror modifier to this. And we'll turn on clipping, and this is the vest. All right, Yash. Have a good night, man. Maybe I'll see you in the next one. Actually, I guess let's do this. GX, move it over just a bit. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. So we can grab these to here and extrude them over just like that. Pull this back a bit. No, I won't delete it. I always leave my live streams up. People come in and watch them. It's weird, but it happens. Alright, and his vest does not connect, so we'll do something like that. Adios, Yash. Fill that in there. Add in a loop cut here, just so I can pull this up a bit and something like that, I guess. It's probably not what I want. Let's dissolve that edge. Why? Ah, because it's not a quad face. Okay, so delete the vertex. Just delete that face. Fill that in here, that's fine, whatever. Alright, and then I guess we can just extrude these down. That's about where his vest hangs off him. We'll turn this back on now that we're modeling, just in case people want to watch and see. Alright, Yash is getting timed out. I know he's leaving, but he's timed out for all that Japanese. Dragon Eye, just curious, what model headphones am I wearing? That's a great question. They're the Audio Technica ATH M20X. There you go. I got them with, I got them in like a bundle, Dragon Eye. I bought the PreSonus audio box bundle, and then with a Audio Technica microphone. Oh no, there's just an Audio Technica bundle on Amazon, and they came with them. Alright, so then we'll add in some things like that. That's fine. Alright, and now we should be able to fill that in. No problem. Alright, and let's jump into sculpt mode real quick. And we just want to inflate this. Up. Select everything, shift N to recalculate the outside. So now Alright, just smoothing that down. And I've got one problem here, and the problem The problem is this right here. So we're just gonna add an extra edge loop. Move this up. There we go. All right, and I think what we should do, let's grab this whole edge loop here, and we're gonna extrude it off just a little bit. I know that's not really how it works, but I feel like that's probably fine because it'll be the gold trim for it. So, who just subscribed? Enrique Vasallo. I am sorry, that's a Spanish name. Vasallo. I messed it up. My apologies, dude. Thanks for subscribing. The model kind of resembles an adolescent Broly from Dragon Ball Z. Well, it's Natsu. Natsu Dragneel from Fairy Tail. But yeah, kind of close. You did the vest on your girl a little differently because it had to fit tighter, so you drew on a mask in sculpt mode and detached it as a new object. Brilliant. That's smart. So here's what I'm kind of gonna do. So we made this jacket, right? Like, what if let's do this. Let me show you. So we're gonna apply a couple of modifiers here. So we're gonna add on a solidify modifier. We're gonna increase that thickness just a bit. On our Natsu model, we will add we need to go to physics and add in a collision. That's probably fine. So back here on our vest, there's just a really loud song. All right, so on the vest, now we can add a subdivision surface. And then let's go to physics, add a cloth modifier. Let's jump this up to 20. And let's do 10 on the collisions. Self collisions should be fine. And then we can add another subdivision surface. And if I did this correctly, and I'm not saying that I did, because this is still something that I'm playing around with. But let's go to cache, and let's say we bake it at 25 frames. There we go. And then we bake. So let's see if this works. If this works like I expect it to work, then we'll get a nice cloth looking vest. But we'll see. It's rendering right now. And if it doesn't work, the vest will fall through the floor. So, you know, whatever. Yeah, definitely. But I think with the collision object on our Natsu model, it should be fine. Cool. So if we check out how this works, it's kind of looking like a real vest. It doesn't do a whole lot of shifting, right? But we can see there's a little bit of collision and there's a little bit of flowing, so we did it correctly. Cool. So now we got to do the pants. Basically the same thing. Yeah, there's not much change here. But what we could do is, like, let's say we wanted the vest to be tight up at the shoulders. We could tab into edit mode real quick, and we could grab these. I just say we want it to be really tight right here, and then the rest of it can kind of flow. That would be fine. So then we can go to data properties, add a vertex group, assign the group. Let's call this upper. I don't know why we're gonna call it upper. We're just gonna call it upper, and then we can go back to our physics tab, delete all the delete all the bakes. Delete all the bakes. Okay, and then come down to property weights, shrinking group, upper, and do like a 0.3. Whoa, dog. What are you doing? Delete all bakes. Well, we messed something up. His boss music is playing as his vest disappears. It's a fair point. He's just gonna be upset that I messed up his vest. Huh. Normally it doesn't take this long. I think the reason it's taking so long to bake it is that I'm also streaming, because normally it's like very, very quick when baking these. And I'm fairly certain I did that right. But, I mean, the vest is gone, so we'll see. Alright, so let's go to frame 1, see what this looks like. And so then it shrinks. That is an opening worthy of Natsu. His vest just comes open. I would love to say I planned that, but we all know that didn't happen that way, because I planned it. So there we go. That's really cool. I like that. There we go. All right, now let's make some pants. All right, whatever. We'll just delete all the bakes. I don't want that being held in the cache. So cool looking. All right. So let's make some pants now. This would be good. Pants disappear. Hopefully not. Okay. So basically same thing. Let's go ahead and add in another circle. And here's our pants. Did I lock a rotation or something? What's going on here? Why can't I rotate it? Should let me delete all bakes. Alright, whatever, we'll just get rid of the cloth. Now the bakes have to be gone. Why can't I rotate? What's going on here? Don't know. delete it. Add a new one. There we go. Crap, man. What the heck's going on? Let's open up this horrible looking Valkyrie real quick and bring back Natsu. Why won't you let me rotate? Because I can clearly do it. Amar Amir Blackjack, is that me? No. Man, I would be lying if I said this hasn't happened before. I just can't remember how I fixed it. Because sometimes Blender gets dumb. Oh. Is it because I was in face select? That's some dumb crap right there. That's not what I thought had broken. And then we can just bridge these up. And bridge those. And there we go. Forgot that Natsu's pants actually stop like right about here. Do something like that. And we'll grab this one and we're going to turn this because I want it to like snap around his calf. So we'll make this a vertex group here, call it bottom. And then let's add a mirror modifier here. So you can turn on clipping, switch back to vertex select. Actually, let's turn off clipping real quick. There you go. Do something like that. Mental Boy Comedy, hello, welcome to the stream. All right, So then what we'll do is we'll select both of these and bridge them. And then I want to move these, or I want to scale these down. There we go. Alright, cool. So we pulled the butt pieces out, extrude these over, turn on clipping, snap those in place. It's a very thick Natsu. Yes. Yes, it is. Well, he's a martial art dude, you know? Like, I feel like he would have a decent amount of, he'd have a decent amount of thickness. You're making a fairy tale game? Not quite. Not a game. Just a character. Just a character. But thanks for popping in, Mohammed. All right. And for one of my favorite tools, let's jump into Retopo Flow real quick. If you guys don't have this tool for retopology, you need it. Trust me on that one. All right, so I want this patch tool real quick. And then I can hit fill, and there we go. And now we can get out of Retopo Flow. And I don't have to really position any of those. I can just out a bit. There we go. Scale it in just a tad. We're good. Yeah, but it's paid. Absolutely, and it's worth every penny, William. It's absolutely worth every penny of the $70 I paid for it. It is a huge time saver. Okay. Well, at least I made enough space this time. The last time I didn't quite leave enough space to get in there and make the model look like it was supposed to look. Yeah, I got it on sale. It was on sale like 2 weeks ago. They did a Blender Market spring sale. It was like $65. Absolutely worth it. Can I make a tutorial on how to use Retopo Flow? Absolutely. Yeah, the guys at CG Cookie did make it. They did make it, and they have a tutorial series on how to use version 1.0. And that tutorial series is pretty good, but they've updated quite a bit since then. All right, so just like with the pants into sculpt mode, let's inflate these pants a little bit so that we can't see Natsu's butt anymore. And there we go. Just like that. And we can smooth that out a little bit. All right, and I'm gonna just add in a loop cut or two right up here, since that's gonna bend a bit, and maybe we'll add in one or two. since those will do a little bit of bending. All right, and then this is the top. So actually, let's grab this, just this top edge loop here. And scale Z 0, so make it the same height. Guy making that Avatar game? I've not seen that guy making the Avatar game. You were wanting to buy their Sculpt toolkit, but some of the features are outdated, and I'm not sure it works well with 2.8. Yeah, they've had to update their stuff. The speed sculpting add-on that I have is pretty neat, and it works with 2.8. It's just called Speed Sculpt. If you find it on Blender Market, it's just Speed Sculpt. So, all right, cool. So now we've got his basic pants. Let's create for ourselves another vertex group. This one is top. All right, so now we should be able to select the top, and we should be able to select the bottom. Yep, cool. Cool. So just like we did with the vest, we will add a solidify modifier. Make it a little thicker. I don't want to displace modifier, just the solidify. All right, something like that. Subdivision surface, go to physics, add the cloth, 10. We want to enable self collisions, which isn't under physical properties, it's under collisions. Let's do 10 on this one so it doesn't take forever to bake. Ooh. Let's do create a new one. We'll call this skin tight. And then go into edit mode, select the top and the bottom, and then assign them to skin tight. So that we deselect them now. Now we can select the top and the bottom, there we go. So now we can go into our cloth here, say our shrinking group is now skin tight, and do 0.4, and probably 2. That's what we did for the vest, right? Oh, we turned that off. All right, so 10 quality steps, self collisions, collision quality of 10, upper 25, change the end frame to 25. Oop, okay, let's actually we're gonna jump into sculpt mode real quick and just inflate this a little. Wonder why it's doing that. Mirror is on, and then we have solidify. No, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Okay, so that just tells me those weren't fully snapped to the center. So let's grab this whole thing here, GX, snap it to the center, make sure it's good. There we go. But dynamic topology isn't on, so it shouldn't matter. Whatever. go, something like that. Okay, wait. Oh, let me catch up. They compared it to Speed Sculpt. I'm not sure if Speed Sculpt has that car feature that I want, though. Okay, I'll have to look into it. I don't know what the difference between the two are. Any advice for new college graduates trying to get into software engineering? Yeah, always keep learning. It's a numbers game trying to get into it. Make sure you have some projects and some experience. And check out my video on how to get an entry-level position, because essentially the gist of it is lie on your resume, but I'm not going to tell you how. You have to watch that video. So there's my advice. If you're just trying to get into it, that's what it is. And just understand it's a numbers game, and right now people really aren't hiring. So the vertex group and blend shape windows appear to be unique to each object. Is there a way to control those vertex group and blend shapes in a separate game engine? Probably not. So some of the tech stacks are really hard. Yeah, that's kind of truthful. But yeah, once you learn, here's the thing, Mohammed, just pick a tech stack. Once you learn one tech stack, you'll be fine, because you can transfer between any of them. Like I started as a Java full stack engineer. Now I do business automations in C#. So there is absolutely shade that smooth, shade that smooth. Yeah, once you know one language in tech stack, you can basically figure out anything. So good luck. Oh, and we want to do that right there. All right, so let's bake these things, I guess. Yeah, we'll see how well they skin tight and stay together. All right. That is a great question. Just got a YouTube comment. Well, you're welcome, dude, I guess. Okay, so why can video games handle tries better than quads is the inverse for Blender. It's not necessarily inverse for Blender. Like, Blender can handle tries and quads basically the same. It's just a matter of what you want to do. Like, for real-time rendering, it's easier for a machine to render tries rather than rendering quads, so they calculate faster, which makes them easier. So that's why when you export your objects over to like Unity or Unreal, they just end up with a bunch of tries everywhere, because it's a lot easier for a machine to calculate tries than quads. But if you're going to animate, you want to make sure that your objects, especially the parts that are going to deform, are all in quads, because it's easier for the machine to calculate the deformations as it renders the animations and stuff. But that's also like kind of the difference between why the models look better in the cutscenes than they do in the real time. It's because with the cutscenes, they're able to do quad models and put a lot more detail into it and render it beforehand, and then they just have to play the movie for you. But you should strive for quad modeling in general, and then when it exports, it'll just export for the best type for that. So hope that helps. Hope that's a good enough explanation for you. All right, we're almost 75% of the way done. Let's see how this turned out. All right. Oh, Natsu. Your jacket didn't fly away like it did last time. But there we go. We can kind of see we got the pant thing going on there. I need to I think I'm going to shape those pants a little bit better beforehand. But, like, look, there's even, like, some stuff going around the legs. Yeah. I definitely feel like I need to shape those pants a little bit better. To get the bigger stuff. So let's go ahead and delete all bakes. And go back to frame 1. Here, we'll do this. Turn on proportional editing. Scale this out. Ah, clipping got me. Alright, we can turn off clipping real quick. These live streams always inspire you to sculpt better. Well, I hope it's because you look at my art and you go, oh man, I can do better than this guy. That would be my hope. But I'm glad they inspire you. Alright, we're going to do something like... Alright. Let me see. I don't think I messed up anything with... If I select those. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I should be able... Let's put one in here. Turn off proportional editing and just kind of move that up a bit. It's funny how quickly you can feel like you know next to nothing when someone else can do the thing you want in a matter of minutes versus your matter of hours. Yeah, but here's the thing, Dragon Eye, and this is something I realized yesterday. Like, the person who can do it in a matter of minutes has probably already put in the work of a matter of hours. Right? Like, in the Discord, the person who taught me when I was first starting out sculpting is Rodeska. And Rodeska's art is leagues ahead of mine. And you can check him out. I would suggest that you check him out on YouTube as well. But, like, the dude is so good. And I always compare myself... like to him and his art just looks so good, and it's just like, man, I know nothing. Like I'm so bad at 3D art, and I compare myself to him and other 3D artists and like professionals, but the fact is, like, he does that almost all day every day. That's his job. And professionals do it all day every day, so they put in the time and the hours, and like they already know how to do it. So when it comes to doing it in a matter of minutes, they can, because it's really easy for them because they've already spent the time and energy and done it. But like I still have to go and figure it out again for the first time or the second time. Here we go. I feel like that's probably good. Ah, what happened to his butt? Oh, clipping got turned off. That's right. There we go. Alright, cool. So we kind of got his pants. It's actually probably pretty good. I wonder if I duplicate these and then I just scale them out a bit, are they a part of that vertex group? Yes. Yes, they are. Perfect. Because what I want this to be like the little tie that he has. Could you make the pants stick to his butt crack? Yeah. I could add in some extra loop cuts here, call that butt crack loop, and then make it stick and add it to the skin tight section, and it would probably do that. I could probably do that. I'm not going to, but I could. Alright, but we need to create the cloth additions here. So here's what we'll do. We'll take this one edge and extrude that off. Can I not add in a loop cut like that? Huh, it only goes there. Interesting. Alright, let's move the cursor to the selected here and add a plane then. Rotate that 90. And so he's got like two ties that kind of come off. Because I guess these are like maybe harem pants, and so they have ties. Alright, select everything here, and then we'll just shift to duplicate. And let's make it only, yeah, connected only. Something like that. And it doesn't make sense for them to... All right, now I legitimately don't know what's gonna happen when we do the cloth on here with this bottom part. Here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping they don't just fall, but I don't know. I don't know. So we're gonna find out. We are gonna find out. But you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. In truth, let's grab Control L. Let's hide these. And I just want to grab this one and that one. Hide that solidify modifier real quick. And this one. And we're going to add these to the skin tight group there. So then I think those will stay in place. I think's how that's work. We'll see. We'll see. All right, and it's basically good. Let's do some more baking. Now to find out. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna be really upset if they just fall to the ground. But it's fine. I mean, if they do fall to the ground, right? Like we know, all right, I'll just have to make a setting change. But we'll see. Is it done? Oh, it's done. All right, let's see how it plays out. And look at that. They're just gonna fall, but they interact. Oh, they interact. And then they're just gonna keep falling. Goodbye. Man. But the harem pants, the pants did what we wanted it to do. They started getting those little wrinkles in there and everything. But now we just gotta figure out how to tie them to the body. All right, I think I know what went wrong. No, we're not gonna pin them. What we're gonna do is we're actually going to here. Let's bring back Alt H. Let's bring this back. We're gonna delete these. We don't need them because we can just say this is the wrap, and we'll just texture that bottom line black. That'll be fine. I think the problem. Let's hide this one. Do these one at a time. Is that they need to be connected to the overall mesh. That's what I think. So I don't think we need to pin them because pinning them would prevent them from moving. But what I think we need to do is actually connect them. So let me try snapping here. And let's do vertex snapping. So I guess what I'm about to do is add in edge loops like this around the bottom. That'll help keep its shape. And then we'll just snap these vertices one to one. Oh, turn off proportional editing. And there we go. Come on now. That's the one I want right here. You're the one that I want. Come on now. Why can't I select the one that I want? Could select that one. Okay, be done. Don't align rotation to target. Snap with closest. There we go. Oh, it's because Natsu is visible. There we go. I was like, what the heck? But there we go. All right, so I don't know what that was. Let's bring it back. Alt H. We'll do something like that. All right, so we've got this in place. If we did it correctly the second time, turn that off. We should shade that smooth. Delete all bakes. Bake it again. And let's see how it goes. And this should work as we want it to work. Oh, wait, shoot, no. Cancel. Can I cancel? All right, it might not work. It might not work if the vertices weren't joined together. If they were just snapped into place, those pieces might still fall off. But I guess you can't cancel a current bake, so it's got to bake. So once it finishes baking, then we'll be able to go from there, and we'll make the we'll go ahead and make his over pant and then his scarf, and then we'll be done for the day. And then all I got to do is retop this dude, texture him, and then I could make a little animation with Natsu. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Seems like a lot of work, and I think we established earlier in the stream that I'm kind of lazy. A pink beard to sign off on the model? Meh. Maybe I'll put that like in his pant. Like I'll stitch it onto his thing. My favorite matte cap for sculpting, right here. This is the default gray. I don't really use matte caps. I think they like, well, I don't know this for sure, but when I was learning sculpting, CG Cookie was like, don't use matte caps because it throws off your perspective and it'll throw off and hide impurities in the model. And that was their advice in Blender 2.79. So I don't know if they've changed that advice or not, but yeah, I don't use the matte cap when I'm sculpting, just because in the event that it still works that way. Oh no! Look at what's gonna happen. They're just gonna fall, and they're gonna fall because we didn't connect them, because we're dumb. Delete all the bakes. Go back to frame 1. Jump in here. Select everything, and mesh, clean up, merge by distance, and there we go. So now when we bake it, it'll work. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll delete all bakes, and we'll start baking just to see how that works out, and I'm going to put some music back on. Let's go to my fantasy music collection, which is only 3 songs. I should probably find another one. Yeah, merge by distance is great because it allows you to clean up your mesh if like you accidentally extrude a couple of faces on top of each other. You can just like merge them by distance and they're gone. So it is the new remove doubles, like Katie's saying. All right, come on, anime, Natsu. You got this. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a clothing tutorial on like how to do clothes like this, because it's actually really cool. Like once you do this, basically you can create your model, you can rig your model, and then you can animate it all out, and then you can make the clothes actually move like clothing would actually move doing clothing this way. And it's a little bit more intensive, but it looks really cool. All right, let's find out. How'd we do? All right, so it snaps in, snaps together. The ripple goes up the leg. Really? That's where it stops? Well, that's kind of dumb. But I imagine I could keep playing around with that and it would be fine. So, why isn't the vest doing the really cool thing that it did before? I wonder if that's because I, like, messed it up with this subdivision surface and it smoothed out your transitions. I don't know. So there we go. We have Natsu's basicness. All right, now to add on his overcoat. Well, I cleared out the bake, but it's like if you watch the coat. Here, let's watch the coat. We'll zoom in on it. It still moves as I go through the keyframes, so it's still animating and rippling. It's just not going as crazy as it did before. So I don't know why. But there we go. All right, so last thing, we need the overpants. Make sure we save at this point. I don't want to lose anything. Time to get that boss music back. All right, let me see what I can find. I don't want small emotions. Let's get epic classical. No, Dragon King sounds better because he's the Dragon Lord. I don't know what this song is. I just clicked it, so we'll see. Oh, this is amazing. I love this already. All right, so Natsu has, like, he's got a belt that keeps his overpants in place. So I think what we can probably do, grab from here to here. And then probably all of this. To, like, there. Shift D, duplicate. Well, all right then. Oh, I never separated it. All right, so then P and separate by selection, which give us his overpants. I don't know actually what they're called, but... Scale Y 0. Now it's all there. Oh, let's turn off snapping. GY. All right, so we'll pull this out and just like that. let's... something like that is looking pretty good, I think. Turn off proportional editing. Let's add in a loop cut here. All right, and then this is actually going to need to scale in a bit because we got to put the belt on over it.
I could feel it in my bones. There was something going on that checked out, hanging around.
Shift D, P, separate by selection. Now we have a belt. Ah, accidentally filled everything. All right, so let's move that over there. Scale it down a bit. Take this. We actually need to extrude that up. You're having way too much fun watching this. You feel giddy like a kid? Well, I'm glad. Glad you're enjoying it, Dragon Eye. Alright, this is actually a pretty good song. I'll add it. I don't normally like the music with vocals in it, but it's kind of nice. What's this one? Let's do Epic Fantasy. Okay. Oh, it already exists in the playlist. Cool. There we go. Alright, so we have his belt. And right here, we're going to add in his little belt buckle, which is actually an oval. So let's do Shift S. Actually, we'll do it in the center. Oh, no. Dang it. Undo. Cursor to selected. Add in here a circle. Let's do probably like 8 should be fine, I guess. Rotate that 90 degrees. Cool. Let's only solidify the belt, so we'll add in a vertex marker or vertex group. On this, we'll do undo these from those. Assign that, and then on the mirror modifier on the solidify, we can just solidify the belt. And let's scale that way down. And actually, we can delete these because we don't want them to be duplicated. Yeah, I don't like that, but okay. Did you see how in 2.9 update we'll now be able to animate sculpting on the same mesh, like clay animation? Interesting. That's kind of cool. I don't keep up with the Blender updates, actually. Not until they release something big. Just because I feel like, man, like right now I'm just stuck. Or I'm doing tutorials on other stuff, and I just don't have time. Alright, what if we don't limit? There we go. I mean, we don't quite need the belt buckle to have all of those vertices to it. And it's not really cloth, so we can get rid of the cloth modifier. Get rid of that. And there we go. It's actually probably fine. Alright, so this definitely should be cloth. The overpants should definitely be cloth. But I feel like the belt shouldn't be. The belt should just hold it together. So I'm going to add this in here. This will give us a, let's do belt. Alright, we can hide the vest for now. All right, so we got the belt basically done, and I want this to have some collision detection on it. So let's go to physics and make this collide. Yeah. Oh, and let's go back to here and. Alright, so for here we want the skin tight. Nope. Where do I want? That's fine, whatever. Alright, bring back the vest. There's a collision on the belt. Everything should stay in place. If we did this properly. When we bake this, things should be good. Let's bake it to 30. Let's take it to 30. Alright, let's find out how this works. Cool. Skin tight, and it's called upper, but that's fine. Oh, we want it to do it 0.2. There we go. 0.2, 0.2. There we go. Alright, let's see what this bake does. And I think we'll be good. Oh, we didn't make a scarf. Oh well. I'm glad I saved it, because I'm not sure it'll make it while streaming. It's taking forever. So, what do you guys, yeah, if you guys are in the Discord, we're going to start doing a 30-day of faces. So we're going to do heads and necks. Heads and neck sculpting for the next 30 days. One sculpt a day, just to get better at them. I'll make a thing in the Discord. I can do that now while we're waiting on this bake to happen. Let's do art and game dev. Let's do challenge. We'll make a challenge section. I'm gonna run it for the next 30 days. Alright, cool. So I posted that, and Super Wolf Art, goodbye. You just joined earlier today, that's fine. Alright, come on, you're still at 75%? Well, I guess we did make it have to calculate quite a bit more. Alright, so it's almost done baking. We're at 86%, and then we'll see how this cloth animation and all of that works on our Natsu character. Probably should make the scarf. That wouldn't be too bad. I said we would do that before we finish the stream, didn't I? There we go. Had something on the screen. All right, so it has finished. Let's see what it looks like. Wait. Before we do that, before we see how far it goes, we need epic music. Not this. We need... let's go back to my music. Stream music. No, that's not it. Nope. There we go. All right. Natsu Dragneel. Oh no! Well, it's gonna go through the clothing because there's no collision on it. Dang it. Okay. But that's pretty good overall, I think. We were so close. All right, let's delete all these bakes. Put a cloth. Can we put a collision on this as well? Can we also say it's got a collision? Yeah, I guess so. All right, let's bake it again. One last time. We got all excited. All right. All right, so now the pants have collision on them because we have the overcoat. We'll come back to end of all things. Dang it. All right. But at least we know what song it is. See if I can find something for like... Let's see what's here. I don't know. No. Whatever. All right, then we'll listen to this while it bakes again. It's gonna take forever. I'm actually kind of surprised my machine can keep dealing with the stress of streaming and baking this at the same time. And music playback. I built a much better machine than I thought I did. All right, let's add this. I like this song. Add that to the normal playlist. So, what are you guys up to today? What are you guys doing this afternoon? Sculpting ahead, apparently. Well, good. Good. Get your first one out the way. I might submit the one I did yesterday as my first day. Or maybe I'll start a new one today. I don't know. Depends on if my wife has something we want to do. But I'll definitely have one sculpted tomorrow. Alright, still only at 50% sculpted. What about you, Dragon Eye? What are you up to today? You'll be starting late due to your finals. Okay, definitely going to take part in it, though. Cool. Well, looking forward to it. We'll all get to see each other's bad sculpts together. Should I put a time limit on it? Should we limit ourselves to to make sure we're doing it quickly? Like, you have an hour, get it done? I think I'm going to limit myself to an hour per head sculpt. I don't know if we should make that an official part of the challenge, but... Aaron Blaze had his anatomy course for sale. That's cool. Say 2 for beginners. Okay, 2 hours tops. That's what we'll put on that. We'll put in that on there. Still at 68% here. So under the challenge section, put 2 hour tops. Should probably turn that all into one message. All right, let's do this. We'll delete those in May. Sculpting challenge. "30 days of head sculpting." All right, we're at 86%. All right, so the rules for this challenge are 2-hour time limit head sculpt. One sculpt per day. And that's really it. That's really it. Upload a render. Oh, I might do a prize. I might do a prize giveaway. Might do a prize giveaway, like most improved. Get something. I don't know what. There we go. We'll post that. That now gets pinned. I'm gonna pin that one. Yep. And then we can remove these. Don't know what the most improved is gonna get yet, but you'll get something. You get something. No, that doesn't mean you have to turn in crappy heads. You have 2 hours, get it done. You'll be fine. All right, so now let's pull up the epic music for our last render of the day. It was what? It was the end of all things? Yeah, here we go. Okay. Last render of all of today. Let's find out what Natsu finally looks like. With it all rendered with collisions. Alright, we'll have to do a little bit of touching up, but not bad. Definitely better than the last time because it doesn't collide. But there's some things that we could fix and improve upon. But for the most part, I think it's okay. I think the problem is just like the mesh is already intersecting when it shouldn't be. So, Musama, welcome to the stream. To be most improved, you want to show improvement. Listen, I'm telling you, Katie, if you take a render every day, if you take a real-time render every day of what you sculpt, all right, of the head, from day 1 to day 30, you're going to see a lot of improvement. I don't know what we're going to give away. Maybe it'd be, I don't know. I don't even know if we will do a giveaway. We'll see. But you will see improvement. You'll see improvement. And I'm gonna be doing a male head, then a female head, male head, female head. That's gonna be, I'm gonna do 15 of each for this challenge. Because male heads are easy, and I suck at sculpting women. So we're gonna get a little bit better at that. But okay, I'm good. I think this is where Natsu basically is gonna stop. It's 12:30. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours. I think we're good. We finished up. It didn't look exactly like I wanted it to. I think maybe the best frame is for our cloth is like right here, like right around frame 5. It's probably the best frame. So look at that. Look at the back ripple on the vest. How cool is that? So there we go. Submission 1, a single vertex. All right. Maybe we'll do best head. Maybe we'll do whoever sculpted the best head gets something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna head out of my comfort zone. I'm gonna sculpt a 15 women's faces because I'm terrible at that, as we can tell from the other one. So maybe we'll do something. We'll do like best head or best final render, or maybe we'll do this. Maybe 30 days of practice, and then we do one final submission, and the winner of the one final submission gets the prize. That's better. That way we get 30 days of practice, and then we do one final head as like this is what we've learned, this is what we've mastered over the last month, and then the winner's gonna get a prize. That's what we'll do, and that'll be a video. If we all stick to it, we actually do it, that'll work. Last time you sculpted, you made a Saitama head, but it scared me more to actually work on it than the drawing of the actual character. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, sculpting, I'll probably do a Saitama. Maybe we'll do like, someday we'll do like 30 days of anime or 30 days of realism. That's gonna suck. Sculpting real people is hard. So, all right, let's put that in there. No winner, just 30 days of practice. We'll change the pinned message. There'll be a contest at the end. I don't know. We'll find something. Maybe I'll get like sponsored by somebody, or maybe I'll just buy the winner a sculpting tablet or something. I don't know. Does everybody have a sculpting tablet? Is anybody not sculpting with at least like a Wacom or a Huion like small pin tablet? Or maybe I'll put something on. Maybe I'll like buy you something on Blender Market or something as like a giveaway. Yeah, Dragon Eye. I know anime sculpting is hard. Look at this. I had to do this. This is hard. It's hard. You want Retopo flow? All right. Put it. We'll put it in there. Put it in the. Katie, put your win suggestions in the chat. I'll buy Retopo flow. I'd be down for that. The winner of the challenge gets Retopo flow. Gosh, maybe I should do a. Maybe we should make it. Maybe we should make a subreddit. Stady looks nice, but his proportions are off. Like his legs seem a bit too short, but maybe it's the perspective. I mean, no, that's kind of Natsu. But you're right. Maybe his legs are a little too short. Maybe the arms are just too long. I'd be okay with that. But yeah, the perspective is a little off. Or not the perspective. Let's do this. Let's do this. Into Shift Tab. Into sculpt mode. I think maybe his arms are a little long. Elastic deform. And there we go. Now his arms are less long. There you go. Yeah, Stady. That's kind of how I mapped it out when I created it. But I kind of loosely mapped it out. I didn't like stick to it. But Yeah, I definitely, that's one of those things that like I need to work on a little bit more, is getting proportions of arm to legs. But I think that's better. You're right. Now that the arms are kind of shorter. Now that the arms are a little shorter, he looks better. So, good call. Thank you, Elastic Deform Brush, for letting me just move those pieces around without having to worry about breaking anything. So, yeah, Dragon, I put it in the Discord. But yeah, I can't imagine. I could not imagine sculpting with a mouse. I hate that. Hate that for sure. But all right, cool. Stady, thanks for the advice. Now he's looking a lot better now that his arms are shorter. His arms are just too long, but the rest of him is actually probably pretty good. Now that we've shrunk his arms a little bit, it's good. Which channel would be better for posting? The 3D art, 3D modeling channel. Yeah. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for hanging out today. It was a lot of fun. We've basically finished up Natsu. The only thing we didn't do is a scarf, and I'm okay with that. So I look forward to seeing your submissions on the 30 days of faces and heads and necks, neck and head together. Do those. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Look forward to improving with you guys. And then if you have any ideas for what the winner of the challenge should get, or at the challenge after 30 days of sculpting faces, drop that in the YouTube suggestions or the challenge area, and we'll keep it on. We've gotten a suggestion of Retopo Flow or maybe a cheaper end graphics tablet. So we'll see. We'll see. So, William, you can check the link of any description at any of my videos. You will find a link to the Discord. So, all right, guys, I am going to get on out of here. It's been a blast, and I will see you guys hopefully on Tuesday. Last Tuesday I didn't stream. I wasn't feeling great, but I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Until next time, have a good one.